Good afternoon. We start with tracking the first major hurricane of the year. Thank you for watching 13 News Now at noon. I'm Lucy Bustamante.
And I'm Andre Sr. Hurricane Harvey is bearing down on the Gulf Coast now. It could make landfall as early as Saturday, and it could be catastrophic. Meteorologist Tim Panday is tracking this major storm. Tim, tell us what you know.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. First, want to clarify there's no threat to us here in Hampton Roads, but if you have family off the southeastern coast of Texas and into Louisiana, you want to pay attention to this forecast here in the next 36 hours as Harvey is growing impressively out there already today. So it's forecast to become the first major hurricane of the 2017 season with maximum winds forecast to be upwards of 115 miles an hour. We're also looking at something called bombogenesis. You may have heard that name before when we talk about winter storms, and what it does is it categorizes growth of a storm of 24 millibar drop in its central pressure over a 24-hour period. Already today, Harvey has dropped 19 millibars, and it's only noon, so it's likely going to drop further. So it's defined as a big drop in that central pressure and strengthens it. And if the forecast was to verify and it does become a Category 3, it would be the first major hurricane to hit the United States since Wilma in 2005. So it's been 12 years since we've had a major hurricane in the United States. Here's how it looks so far this afternoon. You notice in the last couple frames, it's really starting to come in zone, starting to have a defined center there and rotate around that central pressure as it moves very slowly off to the north and northwest, headed towards the Corpus Christi area and Houston in southeastern Texas off the coastline there. The problem with this storm is as it moves north, it makes landfall as a Category 3. It hits a roadblock and just sits there over the same areas, dropping as much as 30 inches of rain. I can't even get it out. That's just an unfathomable number there over that amount of time. So we really have to watch this closely. If you have family down there, make sure they take it seriously. We'll talk more about if this will have any impact on the remnants on our weather here in the next 10 days or so coming up in just a little bit. Back over to you guys.
Tim, thank you for that. All right, new at noon. Today, Monica Lamping waived her right to a preliminary hearing. Her trial will go straight to a grand jury. You may remember the Virginia Beach mother went missing with her children back in April. She is charged with arson for deliberately setting fire to her home before they vanished. She has been held on strict bond orders, but the judge granted her permission to go on vacation to visit her parents today. A trial date is still not set. Happening right now, a hearing for Joseph Merlino. He's accused of poisoning his estranged wife, Ellie Tran, in Virginia Beach. Tran did not survive. Today in court, prosecutors presented video evidence of the night Tran was allegedly stuck with the cyanide needle. Tran's mother took the stand and described the night of the incident. More family members are expected to testify in this case. Reporter Stephen Graves also in the courtroom. Look for an update on this trial in the next half hour.
Well, this week, a prosecutor dropped charges against two juveniles who were charged with killing a 17-year-old. They said there was not enough evidence to go forward with the case when a witness did not show up to testify. Kyson Mitchell was shot and killed outside of PB Young Elementary in Young Terrace back in April. Another adult was charged in connection to the homicide. Robert Lee Vick Jr. is set for a preliminary hearing on September 11th.
New at noon, Newport News police say a man turned himself in today. Donnell Howard was wanted for homicide in connection to a shooting last Thursday. Now, 27-year-old Eric Blackshear was found shot in the torso. He died later that day. It happened on River Road just south of the James River Bridge. Howard is charged with second-degree murder and possession of a firearm by a felon. Well, today, the Jefferson Avenue overpass above I-64 got a new name. It's in honor of fallen Virginia State Trooper Chad Deermeyer.
The Newport News Police Department hosted the dedication ceremony. He was shot and killed at a Richmond bus station while taking part in the training exercise last year. Deermeyer had previously worked as a Newport News police officer. He lived in Gloucester County and leaves behind a wife and two children. His wife did speak at that ceremony.
Life is too short. We are not guaranteed tomorrow. So be grateful for each and every day. Never take a single moment for granted. Tell the people in your life that you love them and spend time with the people that you love.
Newport News State Senator Tommy Norman and Gloucester Delegate Keith Hodges and the Virginia State Police Association helped make today's dedication happen.
Well, the Navy has identified the sailor who died and the 9 who went missing after the USS McCain crashed into another vessel in the Straits of Malacca.
The Navy said electronics technician 3rd class Kenneth Aaron Smith died in the incident. He lived in Norfolk during his teenage years. We've posted the names of the others on our 13 News Now website. Ships from the 7th Fleet have been involved in 4 accidents since January and June. 7 sailors drowned after the USS Fitzgerald ran into a container ship off the coast of Japan. Vice Admiral Joseph Aucoin, head of the Navy's 7th Fleet, was dismissed yesterday.
Well, new developments from the White House on the transgender troop ban. In the next couple of days, the Trump administration will send guidance to the Pentagon on how to implement the president's ban on transgender men and women serving in the military. The military will be directed to stop medical treatment on those already serving. According to the Wall Street Journal, the policy will give the government power to kick a transgender person out or to keep them. The military would do this by reviewing deployability. That's evaluating if someone who is already in the service can go to war, be on a ship, or participate in exercises. Based off of that, the military would decide whether to let someone go. The Pentagon plans to begin the ban in 6 months.
Newport News Shipbuilding cuts the first steel for the new Enterprise aircraft carrier today.
So the Enterprise will be the 3rd Gerald R. Ford class carrier. Once completed, it will boast a new nuclear power plant, electromagnetic catapults, and a number of other future technologies. Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles and Katie Ledecky are the ship's sponsors. They will be on hand this afternoon as shipbuilders kick off construction.
We will also be there when the first steel is cut. Look for updates on air and online, and get updates on the go with the free 13 News Now app. Well, we have told you about the push to remove Confederate statues in Norfolk and Portsmouth, and now you can add Virginia Beach to that list. Later today, groups are meeting at the statue to call for its removal from the Municipal Center. The 27-foot monument has stood there since the early 1900s near the old Princess Anne County Courthouse. The organizers are calling it the Rally for Respect. They'll be there at 4 o'clock today.